Hi, this is Terry. Welcome back to my channel. I actually mapped out what we're going to talk about today, Ray. What do you think about that?
I mean, usually you have some sort of...
It's 2.5 pages. Are we good with this?
Oh, good Lord.
Anyway, today's topic is actually a little bit about grief, loss, and kindness. Earlier we got news that Big Basin, if you're familiar with the Bay Area, you know it's in the Santa Cruz Mountains. If you're not, it's a great old historic campground with historic buildings, and poof, it's gone, up in flames. And
I mean, the actual place is still there. Like, you can't exactly get rid of all, like, the hills and
they're wondering about the trees. So there's some really ancient redwoods, and they're wondering about the condition of the trees. So I guess in 72 hours here in California, we had over 11,000 lightning strikes, and that sparked over 300 fires.
Wow.
Yeah. And so what started as this fantastic lightning storm on Sunday morning resulted in just the whole state being on fire. We had just horrendous air quality. What day is it? Today's Thursday that we're recording it. So Tuesday. Monday, I think we were still okay. Tuesday, Wednesday, air quality was terrible, and we were hiding inside. Now, mind you, we also had, it was 100 degrees on Monday. Tuesday, I think it was at 95 degrees. And most of us around here don't have air conditioning. And it's COVID, so it's not like we could go and sit in a coffee shop or sit in a restaurant and get some air conditioning and, get out of the bad air quality. But really, we have nothing to complain about. We are safe where we are. The wind shifted yesterday afternoon, and today the weather was absolutely gorgeous. No smell of smoke. I haven't checked. There's no more ash on my car than there was the other day, but we are close enough to a number of the fires that we had a significant amount of ash floating in the air. But some of our favorite places are on fire. Big Sur, Carmel, Pescadero. I'm concerned about the campground that we took the kids to so many years, Memorial Park, because I haven't looked at the pictures. I haven't even heard word about Memorial Park, but it's a great campground, and I know they've been refurbishing it. But, I mean, who the hell cares about campgrounds? Several of our friends have been evacuated out of the Boulder Creek area, and they're wondering if they're even going to be able to save anything in the town of Boulder Creek. Last I checked with one friend who managed to escape with her kids, 13 of her chickens, 19 had to be left, her dogs, her cats, and her husband, and enough stuff that they drove here to her parents' house in Redwood City. And I tried to connect with some other friends who have some space for their chickens. I think they tried to sneak back to see if they could get the pig, but the pig wouldn't budge. They couldn't get the pig out, so they're hoping that the pig's okay. And then I'm not sure what's up with the 19 chickens. And then we have another family that also lives in Boulder Creek. So really, who cares about campgrounds when I'm worried and anxious and concerned about, our community, our friends' homes, our friends' livelihoods, and the entire state. And I felt this pressure of this stress and anxiety and fear all week long. And I know that the oppressive nature of the smoke-filled air wasn't helping, and also the heat hasn't helped. How are you doing with all of this?
Well, the thing is, we should be used to the anxiety of having the world fall apart around us by now, but apparently 2020 wasn't fucked up enough, so we've got some more fires.
Yeah, and so all of this has gotten me thinking about the grief and the loss that we suffered in 2020, that we're not being given much time and space, because just as soon as something has happened and we try to recover from it, then something else hits. I mean, we're on a day 160 of sheltering in place today. So
Cool.
over 6 months. And there's no end in sight. And I am a fairly optimistic person, and I can pretty much silver lining anything. And right now, it's getting harder and harder to be optimistic and cheerful and hopeful. Fortunately, with the Democratic National Convention, with Kamala Harris accepting the VP nomination, yay! I still want her as president. And listening to AOC and Elizabeth Warren and Jill Biden and these amazing women that are hopefully going to be in positions of leadership and have positions of authority and influence, we can start righting this ship, because it's
rather left at the moment. And that's not a joke about political leanings. It's a play on words of righting a ship.
Yeah, exactly. It's just because I can't help to think, I'm going to go back to Big Basin. We took you kids there when you were relatively little, and we joined a couple of families.
Didn't we go like once?
We've only been once, and I'm so glad that we went the once, because in our lifetime, I am not sure that it's going to, if it burns the way that I expect it to burn, it is not going to be in, I'm not even sure what it's going to look like. And that's how I feel about so much. So much has changed, and we've had to adjust to new ways of being and operating. I mean, being outside and being afraid to be around other people, having to wear masks and seeing other people in masks in order to protect each other. The plexiglass, the inability to just go out to dinner, or my new Microsoft Surface Pro is having some issues, and rather than just being able to pop down to University Avenue in Palo Alto and have it taken, have someone take a look at it, I'm potentially going to have to send it into a service center, which means I'm going to be without my computer, which means I have to try to repair the other one. But some of the conveniences that we used to have, we no longer have, and I'm not sure when we're going to have them again. I mean, since March 14th, when we picked up Adam, I have been in a grocery store once, I've been in Target twice, I've been in Lowe's, I've been in Bed Bath & Beyond and IKEA once. And all five of those things happened all between a Friday and a Sunday when we took Adam to school. So, my life has altered, and I don't know when I'm going to have some semblance of normalcy. I mean, we're coming into flu season, and I don't mean to be all doom and gloom. What I'm trying to point out is even an optimistic and hopeful person like me is struggling right now, and I'm concerned about some of you who also may be struggling. Some of you who may not have, may have more things to worry about and deal with, and maybe things hit you harder than they hit me. And this is not like a see who has it worse, see who has it best. It's not a comparison game. I'm just trying to be kinder, gentler, not take on so much. At the same time, I'm trying to put some more kindness and goodness out into the world, and find ways to create joy and create some positive energy. Because, I haven't even mentioned Twitter. And I know Ray's going to be like, get the fuck off of Twitter. The bashing of California right now is awful on Twitter. And, for me, it's just like good riddance. Just go. I mean, so many people are leaving. We found out our neighbors are selling their house, moving to Tahoe. Did I tell you about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I did. We're hearing, of other people who are moving outside the area because it's less expensive, and it's like, why do they want to be here? Now, the good news is I've lived here for 50 years, so I've seen it go up and down and up and down. So all these people who are saying Silicon Valley is terrible, San Francisco is terrible, the Bay Area is terrible, California is terrible because of our regulations and, a number of different things. Yeah, there are problems in California, but there are some really amazing things. Unfortunately, some of them are on fire right now, which makes it like, okay, where are we going to go and what are we going to do? But, I mean, this is where resilience comes into play. But on Twitter, yeah, it's been ugly. You know, what did I say? It's the California bashing, people moving out of the area, and then people constantly complaining. Oh, I'm like, oh, just...
People complain everywhere, Mom.
I know.
It's not a California thing.
But it's just, I'm just seeing a lot of it, and it's kind of centered around the things that I know and I love, and I'm just like, just get over yourself. And so I'm trying to put a little extra kindness and love out there, and when I see that someone's having a rough time, I am finding all the hug gifs that I possibly can. One of my favorites is the Big Hero 6, and another one is Sully with Boo. That's another one. And then there's a really cute one with Tigger and Pooh.
I'm sensing a theme here.
What's the theme?
Animations.
Oh, yeah, they're all animations because, you know, the eye-rolling ones I usually use real people, but they're just, I try to find things that aren't going to offend, that aren't going to be, just raise any sort of issues. So I'm putting a lot of those on Twitter in support of people. It's like, what, you know, I just feel like that's kind of a good thing. So are you feeling the pressure of all of this? Or are you, now that school started and you're just kind of in your own zone, you're all good?
The past couple days I've been mostly focusing on school because that's been like actually kicking into like motion, because like my college classes started yesterday. And so I'm just kind of starting to get that ball rolling, and so I've not been paying as much attention to all the other shit that's happening.
Yeah. No, and I've had work too. I've had yesterday and today 2 3-hour-long demos and some other stuff. So that's the good news, is like my work is continuing to do well and it's picking up, but it's just the right amount so that at night I can be a total vegetable and watch Call the Midwife, because that makes me happy. But I think I'm in season 7, so I'm starting to get a little nervous because I think there are only 9 seasons. So if you're feeling it, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you extra love. I hope you have the opportunity to treat yourself with a little extra kindness.
And a Big Hero 6 hug gif, apparently.
or the Sully one. Both of those are pretty amazing. And don't worry about me. I get a lot of, on these kinds of videos, I get a lot of emails from folks saying, hey, I'm really worried about you. My friend Alicia sent me a gift certificate to a local restaurant saying, hey, it looks like you need a pick-me-up, which we used tonight. So thank you so much, Alicia. That was lovely. And this is not a call or a plea for anyone to send me anything, but it's always delightful to get a card in the mail or a note in the mail. Just as, I did that the other day. I sent a whole bunch of cards out just to send a little extra love out into the world.
Yeah, I saw the mailbox. It was like exploding.
It was. So I think that's it. So if you're feeling it, the Corona coaster, it's a wild ride this year. Apparently 2020 is delivering all of the craziness. I'd like it to have all the feels, but we're not getting the feels. We're getting some craziness. So I'm going to stay hopeful.
The feels?
Yeah, it's kind of a so Adam Barden thing. All the feels.
Okay then.
Oh, are you talking about the teenage version of it? To have the feels is to be like into somebody?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Not even gonna try.
That's okay. Ray has given up on me. So,
yeah.
Anyway, just take extra care. Be extra kind, except for the asshats who really don't deserve it, in which case just ignore them. Hopefully, November 3rd.
Don't get into Twitter fights.
I'm trying not to get into, although I did pick one. He didn't respond back.
Don't get into Twitter fights. Don't get into Facebook fights.
Oh, there's no one left to Facebook fight with. But there are some asshats out there, and all I can say is, please, dear God, November 3rd, let's make a difference. So, on that note, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, take some risks, let go of perfection, and above all else, have some fun.